Well, they've probably heard news of what's unfolding inside this arena here, the LEE Zi Sports Center Gymnasium. And several people still queuing, just wanting to get in to catch a glimpse of the action. Well, we can barely catch a breath after that dramatic mixed doubles. That was quite something. And confirmation of the scoreline there, 24-22, sharing 2 match points each, the Indian and Malaysian mixed doubles teams. But the Indians found a way in the end, coming through 24-22 after 70 minutes. We turn our attention to our second match on this morning's order of play. Samir Verma taking on LEE Zi Jia of Malaysia, world number 13 and 20, go head-to-head. For the first meeting ever in their young careers, Verma, the 24-year-old on the left of that picture. LEE Zi Jia is still a teenager, 19 years of age. Should be an absolute belter, this one. And a surprise in itself that Kidambi Srikanth isn't playing singles from India. We'll get into that in a minute. It's two players take centre stage. LEE Zi Jia and Samir Verma, who's had quite a year last year on the World Tour. And unusual, I guess, that they haven't met before.
20 seconds.
Black or red? Black called. Black it is, your choice. Side, serve.
So Samir Verma very, very committed to that decision. There was no messing around there. I'm staying here. Umpire Trish Gubb from New Zealand in the chair for this one. Now these are big moments with all of the emotionality of what's just occurred as well. These guys will be aware of what unfolded. I doubt they'll have been caught side for the end of it anyway. Probably doing their warm-up routines. Talking of warm-ups, let's commence this one. 24-year-old Samir Verma from Dar in India. 2 spots off of his career high of 11 in the world. That was back in January this year. He's had a pretty good year. Won the Hyderabad Open and the Syed Modi International. Semi-finals of the HSBC BWF World Tour Grand Finals, of course. That was his real standout, career-defining moment so far. His opponent, 21 years old, ranked 20th, off of his career high. Played 21 matches this year. He's 13-8 wins to losses. His opponent 6-6, having played 12. So he's had consistently solid results all year round, really. He won the Chinese Taipei Open. And that was his result, going down to Shi Yuqi. No shame there in 36 minutes. But we know he's a fine young player. Runner-up at the Korean Masters as well, and 5 quarterfinals. The last one being in the New Zealand Open, where he went down to Angus Nkarlon. So, Steen, this, we don't have any insight as to how this might go. What is your take as we just say hello to Trish Krupp from New Zealand and the service judge? Fadil Sayed.
Yeah, I think it's a choice made based on the playing conditions. Srikanth normally thrives in faster conditions with a bit of drift. He's got very delicate net game, Srikanth, but perhaps isn't that solid in the defense and the movement compared to Samir Verma. So that would be my guess. That is
And on my left, Malaysia, represented by LEE Zi Jia.
reason behind
Malaysia to serve.
the choice of Verma.
Play.
Start of the second rubber then. It's a men's singles clash between LEE Zi Jia and VERMA of India.
Service over. 1, go.
He's in great shape, isn't he? There's our first glimpse of Saina Nehwal. She's not been selected either. They've gone with PV Sindhu, haven't they? The higher ranked of the two women. She's 5th, isn't she, PV? And 9th for Nehwal currently. Both standout players, though, on the strong Indian singles bench.
That's well played. And
Service over.
I think
1,
we
2.
might see a much closer game than we originally would expect in the singles. I think they're pretty much same level internationally at the moment. Not entirely at the top level, but just the batch below that. LEE Zi Jia, he's got a little bit of advantage because he's already played here once in the first match against Xiyu Qi. Originally, when I saw that match, I wasn't that impressed with LEE Zi Jia, but having seen more of the tournament and realizing what the playing conditions are, I think Xiyu Qi is in splendid form, and the playing conditions really fit the Chinese players. So let's see what the young Malaysian can do here.
Service over. 2, 3.
Missed that one. VERMA.
3,
And
all. Wipe the court, please.
from an Indian perspective, I'm a little bit concerned how much damage the attack of VERMA can do to LEE Zi Jia. Might still be enough, but he needs a lot of patience and a lot of variation in his attack, in my opinion. We also saw him choose sides, and in my opinion, opted to start on the more difficult side for him. He gets a little bit more help when he changes ends. Gets a little bit more help in his attack. I think that's why he's chosen to start on this near side of the court to make sure that he finishes on the best side should it go to 3 games. Good shot.
Nice. Deadly accurate from Lee. A look of easiness as well around the strike, like he could do it all day. But this man will grind you down. So high is his level of fitness. He is super agile. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one unfolds. Is there any particular patterns of play, Steen, that we should be aware of, do you think, from either of these two? Or is that a very vague question?
I think we're going to see a battle between the attack of LEE Zi Jia, that I can see here, and the defense of VERMA. And then the opposite also goes. I think Lee Zi Jia's defense is not as good as VERMA's, but on the other hand, his attack is also better than VERMA's. So who will end up benefiting from the playing conditions here? That's an open question in my mind. I think Lee Zi Jia might sort of figure out that his opponent isn't really able to hurt him, and that normally gives you some kind of confidence that you can feed off.
Yeah, I guess he's got to just take root, hasn't he, Lee, and just, you know, understand that the shuttle will come back, surprisingly, a number of times because of the speed of his opponent. But once he's got his head around that, as you say, he's got to head towards the sun in his mind's eye and sort of suggest, look, okay, perhaps this opponent can't hurt me as much as many.
And then again, I totally agree. And then the next question is, can Samir VERMA get it back? So many times that mistakes creep in from Lee Zi Jia. Well left.
Yeah, he teased out an error there. Such is the game style of the Indian.
6-all.
Judging from what we've seen so far in these opening couple of matches, Steen, I think we're in for a long day, but a very rewarding one. Brilliant.
It was like a big explanation. One rally. VERMA trying to attack, and
Lee.
Zi Jia turning it around. Can't open too early, VERMA, in my opinion. Expose himself to attacks, get balance. He showed great composure and mental strength in the Said Modi Super 300 in November, where he was asked to win the tournament to qualify for the World Tour finals, and he won the tournament.
That's right, I remember that.
Not an easy road, but he won it.
Yeah, when you'd expect most to crumble under sort of that weight of demand, he came good. Quite something from the Indian. There's a lot of pressure on him here to step up as the world number 13.
Good net shot, Lee Zi Jia, and stayed there to make it count. Replays of the spinning net shots and the kills, that it is not easy to be the umpire. There's a lot of split-second decisions you have to take. Whether Shelmus past the net or it is illegal.
Yeah, 15 camera coverage really is quite stunning. All the different angles in which we capture the fabulous drama. It really does bring it to life. Not that it needs any assistance either. It's been compelling today so far. Well, the Malaysian with a 3-point lead, 11-8. He heads to the turn.
So वो समय उसको मार रहा हूँ उसको टेम्प्ट करने दे बरो
टेम्प्ट कर रहा हूँ लेकिन मेरी शटल जो मार रहा हूँ वो मिड कोर्ट जा रही है वो कब तक आगे खेलूंगा
हाँ मैं बोल रहा हूँ वैसे ही है मिड कोर्ट आ गया ना थोड़ा जोर से मार ले बोल रहा हूँ आउट जा रहा हूँ
आगे से
आगे से ही छोटी पड़
आगे से
रही
कोई
है,
प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
आगे से ही छोटी पड़ रही है, पीछे से मारा तो तू ले ले रहा
And Shamir, your smash impacting now very nice. But why to
है।
Lee Zi cut? It's because you win, losing win. But no problem. Impact is course very nice. Now it's 2 times smash outside because he received.
Or
No,
20
Inside
seconds.
is okay. Yeah, yeah. Up there to you, no problem. Don't wait. Okay, inside is okay. Huh?
Cheer.
So
11,
Park Tae-sung,
8.
the Korean-born men's singles coach, urged VERMA to not go too much for the winners because that would increase the risk of him making errors. And I totally agree.
There's a lot of no problem being mentioned in the Indian instruction.
Yeah, and there seems to be a little bit of a surprise to some of, I didn't understand exactly what Siada, the other coach, said in the beginning, but it seems like it surprised VERMA a little bit, and he needed to have it explained one more time.
Well, given the possibly a slower kind of haul, LEE Zi Jia is really imposing himself very, very well.
He plays the end where it's easier to kill it. He's got the bigger weapons than VERMA, so definitely an advantage for Malaysia in this first game so far.
Found that as well. Really well played. There's only 7 world ranking spots between these two. This man, the lower ranked, at 20th in the world. But anytime you get 2 top 20 athletes going toe-to-toe, you've got to pay attention. They're not enjoying the view right now.
Service over. 9-14.
He's carrying himself with real poise, is Lee, at the moment. Just looks comfortable. As you say, Steen, he's got perhaps the more suitable end at the moment. Things could change.
Increased patience
14.
with VERMA combined with increased shot quality. That is the medicine, in my opinion, for the Indian.
Service over. 15-10.
It can be difficult to get the correct touch in the defense when you play a player as tall as LEE Zi Jia. You can get a lot of angle on his smashes, and also might feel that expected to win the match. Selected ahead of a player that's higher ranked than you, so lots of pressure on Samir VERMA at the moment.
I agree.
Chuck.
Oh, yeah, that's a good scurry, wasn't it? But unable to control the racket head in the end. But what a standout point that was.
16.
The Malaysian really keeping the pressure on here. Great to see such sort of contrasting game styles as well, and how they match up. You see the scurrying from the defender. seemingly almost everywhere at once. But he's under a lot of pressure here. Six-point cushion for Lee. It's a great turnaround from VERMA at full stretch.
11-16.
He'll have prepared his mind to understand that a lot of those kind of shots will be coming back today. Oh, he's made that.
Oh. I would challenge that if I was VERMA. No, I wouldn't.
11.
Not after seeing it in slow motion.
There's an admirable efficiency about the way that this young 20-year-old plies his trade. VERMA is long in running. Can't quite get that scoreboard turning as fast as he'd like. Pressure increasing on his 24-year-old shoulders right now. Just barking out the orders. Can he respond? Ah, his pass has come off. Regarding that, Steen, I guess you don't want too much on your fingers, do you? Sometimes the plaster can feel a little cumbersome, right?
Yeah. Definitely not something that you want. But very often you get a little wound when you make those diving defenses. Sometimes it's better with liquid Band-Aid. On the other hand, sometimes you also might want to have a wound that you can sort of scratch and get treatment if you're a little bit out of breath.
Service over. 12-17.
Well, a lot of people watching will be thinking, can this man in blue keep the upper hand? Or will VERMA do what he does best and dig in to turn things around? Oh, he's just missed that as well. And
Service over. 18-12.
six-point cushion is still there for the Malaysian. That was better
Service
for
over.
VERMA.
13-18.
When he's playing his best, he's like a rock-solid vault. Doesn't give anything and chases all day long. But that's often quite a demanding ask for any player. There's not a lot of wriggle room with that kind of policy.
Zi Jia jumping up and down, trying to loosen up his muscles, so probably feeling a little tensed here as he's supposed to get the deal done in the first game.
Service over. 19-13.
To me, there's no doubt that he's going to do it, but he's going to have a much tougher task after the change of ends.
There's plenty of sting in what he's doing from that far end. You're absolutely right. There's no doubting that. And with all of his industry and endeavour, He's engineered 7 game point opportunities now.
Good shot.
The world number 20, the marginal
First game won by
underdog
Malaysia,
on ranking,
13.
has taken the opening game. Inside 19 minutes played, 21 points to 13. Malaysia with the upper hand here, halfway home in the men's singles.
Cara main apa gitu. Kamu depan panggung.
球速保持，然后中间拿分的时候，已经要开始调整那个速度，不然球马上从第二线开始保持这里单打那口气，你那口气很重要，这样。
Penting bukan sudah pada bawah, tapi kamu matching dia spinnya bagus. Ini satu. Kedua, begitu kamu panjang dia sudah cepat. Masuk terus ini, tapi ini bikin rally sama tak boleh terlalu lama.
还有一个小场地、大场地的配合出给他，让他有时候不舒服。
Yang paling ini satu, kamu masih ada jadwal sampai satu rally, bagaimana ketiga?
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, players making their way back to court 1
Second game.
to keenly contest the start of game 2. This 24-year-old from India with a lot of work to do. He has to win the next 2 to get to the W.
Play.
LEE Zi Jia halfway home. Fantastic reflexive block from Lee.
Amazing shot. That one from LEE Zi Jia.
Well, I just thought it was going to land on his heel for a while there, didn't he? A hop, skip and a jump out the way. So a hat-trick of Malaysian points in the offing here in game 2. He's really got the bit between his teeth.
He's clueless at the moment, Samir Verma. Expect the coaches to try to sort of normalize the situation and saying, hey, it's going to change now. When we change ends, you get a better chance of killing your attack. His attack won't be that dangerous.
Service over.
Hopefully it won't be that dangerous and so on. But he looks bewildered as he walks around the court right now. Samir Verma needs a little break to get back into this match.
Oh, that's a good leave, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
He doesn't.
Out.
Going upstairs for a rare occasion, challenging Hawkeye.
This is where I'd like to see some cheering from the coaches reconfirming that he's doing the right thing, Samir Verma, because he needs to take the initiative. I don't think he can let LEE Zi Jia attack him without having to worry too much about his own defense.
Yeah, you sense he's a little too defense dependent, isn't it?
Play.
Needs to figure out a game plan fast, does Verma. But that said, he's won the last 2 consecutive points. Oh, nothing wrong with that defensive play from the Malaysian. That was watertight. That'll really frustrate Verma, you'd imagine, because he really threw everything over the net there. A wry smile of frustration to his camp. Kitchen sink and all went over, but it still came back.
Yeah, he needed to win that one to confirm the strategy and body language after missing that shot he tried to play into the net that wasn't too positive in my opinion.
And suddenly it's starting to unravel again for Verma. And he still has time, there's no doubting that. He's a man of class, ranked 13th in the world. But it's getting increasingly difficult.
And he's got to be careful because, I mean, 11-3, 11-4 down the mid-game interval, then I'm not certain he's coming back.
7-2. White ball, please.
And he wants to step off stage, but he's been denied by Trish Gubb.
No.
Oh no, okay, he's all right.
Having the court mobbed.
Something to spark him, the Indian, right now.
Not enough bite in it. There needs to be more bite from Samir Verma, and with bite, I mean, when he's gotten a chance in the overhead shots, he's got to fire a smash. It's not necessarily a smash to win it, but it's a smash to challenge the defense of LEE Zi Jia. Right now, there's no challenges. I mean, what kind of shots in that rally should LEE Zi Jia miss?
Yeah, it's all a little toothless at the moment, isn't it? The attacks from Verma just aren't really stinging and wounding Lee at all. I guess he's hoping there'll be a little bit of a sort of lapse in concentration from the Malaysian, but so far he's been completely solid.
He needs to win this rally.
That's gone as well. The scoreboard really is reeling away from the 24-year-old Indian far too quickly. Starting to look a little anxious, understandably. Lee, by contrast, has been rock solid, really enjoying his time on show court 2 here. Has he got the poise to get this done against a normally increasingly tenacious opponent?
Service over. 3-10.
Now, is this the start of something? He needs a little flurry here.
Verma desperately needs 2, 3, 7 points now. And LEE Zi Jia desperately needs to close it 11-3, 11-4.
just missed, and he's not going to challenge. He obviously saw space.
4,
2 in a row for VERMA. Well, he still looks calm, but I'm sure inside his head is spinning like a washing machine. Oh, that's gone as well. And it is indeed 11-4 to the turn in favour of the Malaysian, who secured the first game. He's now under a lot of pressure now.
Itu aja yang paling penting, itu pegang itu. Ya, masih banyak lagi.
就算打得很顺领先的好，你不要急，不要急起来，跟着你节奏走，中间要停一下，换一下气，一定要掌握这个东西，好，一定要掌握。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Okay. Well, you have to say, he's looked unruffled so far. He's playing with a sort of poise and a pomp at the moment. Looks really calm and collected. And as you said, there's just not enough from VERMA. His camp will be asking for a lot more.
The first 3 rallies, they're going to be crucial because, I mean, 7 points up, LEE Zi Jia is not going to be nervous with a lead like that. But with a lead like 3-4 points, then he might get a little bit more tensed.
Oh, encouraging body language and a nice little roar from the Indian. Perhaps about now he makes his mark. Got a lot of work to do. There's no outward signs of panic from him yet.
He's got to win this. This is a good rally so far for the Indian. That's a bad shot.
Well, he's found the line with this cross smash here, has Lee. This was beautifully struck.
You can see on the replay that not the correct length on the lift from VERMA. The first time in the rally that he sort of didn't have the correct quality, immediately punished by LEE Zi Jia. And that's going to put mental pressure on VERMA. I'm certain of that.
I guess it's tough when you're kind of more of a defensive player by nature because you don't get a lot of cheap, easy points the way perhaps someone like Lee would as more of an aggressor.
Yeah.
He works so hard. And easy as well from his perspective in your picture to overpress and just, you know, see that finish line, get that sort of scent of victory in your nostrils and want to really, you know, overpress.
That one goes down as an unforced error.
There's been a couple of them this game. It's gone, but he wants to challenge now. I think this might have just nibbled the edge of the line. We're going to go upstairs to have it checked. VERMA will be desperately hoping so. Look at that, those eyes almost popping out on stalks to ensure that he's right here. This is a huge moment in the overall context of this tie. It hasn't. Long way off in the end.
But you were close, Paul. You were close, I think.
I was selling it, didn't I?
You wanted it so you could be closer. It was way out. They're lucky they found it again. Lee's also playing a little bit more patient now. It's a terrible rally from Lee's perspective. I don't understand why he doesn't take a little bit more initiative. 73 shots. And it's like giving Sameer Verma the blueprint on how to beat him.
Yeah, it was played completely within the rhythm of what Verma wants to do. Going back to basics, low risk, high percentage badminton, nothing too near to lines, just teasing out the error, almost to torment the mind of Lee.
It would be very likely now that he's trying to attack a little bit more in this, either the next rally or the next rally again. And if he doesn't score on those attacks there, then he could be in trouble.
I do sense he's got to play casino badminton a little here, Lee, to stabilise his ploy. Had his doubts there, didn't he? I thought he was going to head the shuttle for a moment.
Exactly what he needed.
Verma staring down the court as his opponent, as if to suggest there's a long way to go, pal. Oh, that was a great statement smash.
8-14.
Yeah, he's very active now in the Gunawan. He senses that it's now within the next 4 or 5 rallies the match is decided. He's not convinced that it's home yet, the Indonesian-born coach.
Yeah, I think we all kind of sense that, but
well played.
Found the line with that. But, you know, just one thing for you viewers. Verma has not, so far, throughout this match, managed to engineer any more than a run of 2 points. There's been a few of them, admittedly. But by contrast, Lee has engineered a run of 6 consecutive points in this game alone.
But it doesn't matter, because there's no points for what has happened. It's what's going to happen. And if you get the confidence,
but
then
the
he
context,
then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's what happened coming forward from here, and he could score 10 points in a row if he gets the belief and LEE Zi Jia starts to doubt. Good deception.
Again denied by quality from the Malaysian.
I once coached the now Danish head coach Kenneth Jonassen in a match in China where he had beaten a player who, he played a player who the day before beat Taufik Hidayat. Kenneth Jonassen was leading, won the first game 15-love and was 10-love up in the second. And he said afterwards his only thought was it would be really embarrassing to lose this match now.
He's got to stay mentally strong, hasn't he, and really keep believing right now and going with what's got him here, because Verma is, you sense, getting a little bit more solid.
Good shot.
Superb from Lee. Mentally intact, holding it together.
Service over. 17-11.
VERMA, there's no doubt about it, he's asking more questions.
That's the wrong shot choice he makes there. Clear with no pressure, and it's really, really short on his court. That's where he should try and apply more and more pressure without risking too much. So it looks like he's still not certain of the concept, and as long as that's the case, then this is a perfectly good way for Lee to proceed.
Yeah, he looks unruffled, doesn't he? I mean, obviously we don't know what's going through his mind, but he's, you know, his body language, his on-court demeanour, he looks as purposeful as the first point of the match. It's very together, but there's no telling what's going on inside.
Power. That's the way to do it. That's the amount of power. Not more than this, not less.
17.
I think it's what has been impressive from the Malaysians' perspective is just how solid he's been in defence generally. That aside, you know, very solid.
Yeah, exactly. And what VERMA needs to do is to sort of ask him to do it more times in the rallies. He's only had to defend one good smash, and then he's taking over control of the rally. Now, if he's consistently a little bit behind in the rally, will his defense hold up then? Don't like the shot choice. That's mindfully put. That's again where one of those 80% smashes should have been launched, in my opinion. And I think Lee is going to make it to the goal line now. Great save.
Or maybe he just wanted an out in the point, you don't know.
13.
Did a lot of running here, the man in blue. He struck that well, but it didn't find its mark. But he still has plenty of wriggle room.
But I mean, VERMA, look at how your opponent is standing. These long rallies, they are stressful for LEE Zi Jia. But there's not much room for error left for Samir VERMA. Oi, that's a big miss.
14,
And I would
18.
advise Samir VERMA to play the net whilst LEE Zi Jia is standing close to it, because that will give him the chance of play these tight spinning net shots where lock is a lot of the outcome.
Well, he's been rewarded for a couple of big body blows, has VERMA on Lee in the last few points. That's encouraging for Indian fans.
Yeah.
There is injection when he needs it then, on occasions. We haven't seen much of it, but that bodes well.
And I can't remember he's defended well when being targeted on the body, LEE Zi Jia.
Well said. Yeah. So suddenly, the context of this might be changing a little. to kickstart and swell the momentum bubble that VERMA is possibly
Ready to play.
engineering here. Is there a twist in this tale?
Big point coming up here.
It's just spilled wide. 2 points away now, LEE Zi Jia.
15.
Semua steady aja.
They look anxious, don't they? Brilliant from Lee.
Yeah, he is also challenging Samir VERMA by lifting consistently to him, saying, hey, come on, can you kill it on me? You can't. I bet you can't.
Well said. Well, it's been a well-managed match from the Malaysian. The 21-year-old LEE Zi Jia has played really good match here. Absolutely brilliant. And look at the reaction. You can see what it means to him. He's fist pumping. He's totally delighted. And a nice warm handshake between them both. LEE Zi Jia, what poise, precision, and mental steel he showed today.
21-13.
To down Samir VERMA in straight games is admirable. And this was how he finished. Kept his opponent at arm's length throughout. Started well and didn't let VERMA in. Coming through in straight games inside 50 minutes of action. They're pleased and rather relieved. Malaysia level the tie now at 1 point all. Confirmation of the scoreline. LEE Zi Jia coming through 21-13, 21-15.